So Ozzy Osbourne has just passed away. I was initially going to make this video sometime this year where I covered the top Black Sabbath as well as Ozzy Osbourne cards, combined it into one video. But I felt the time was right to make that today. So kind of a variant on this, I'm going to show you guys some of the cards that I have in my personal collection, including like this Grail, which is nearly impossible to find. You know, what many people classify the rookie card, and some other rare stuff from South America and some other Panini stuff over here as well. And then we're going to cover some of the other cards that I don't have in my personal collection, or I don't even have them ready available to show you guys today. So that way you kind of have an idea. What I find is a lot of card collectors, whether you're like a baseball card collector that goes after vintage or modern, you know, they don't even know that Ozzy Osbourne has cards maybe outside of the 2002 Inkwork autograph cards. So my goal for this video is kind of just to educate on the vintage non-sport side of things, but as well as cover some of the newer Ozzy cards that are out there. So first we'll go into these cards on this side of thing, including this foldable card, which is really, really tough to find. And then we'll jump into my computer and we'll go over some of the other stuff that is currently out there. And also one other note, when it comes to foreign non-sports and vintage, not everything is documented. So if you're watching this video a year or 2 years in the future, there may have been another Ozzy card or Black Sabbath card that I didn't cover in this video. In fact, I'm not even going to cover every single one in this video, but maybe some expensive sale on a relatively unknown set. It happens, right? New stuff is getting discovered monthly. And if you have a rare Ozzy card that I didn't cover in this video, feel free to comment it down below or message on Instagram or anything along the lines of that. Like, I'm always trying to learn, and so are other people. And we do have a Facebook group for vintage non-sports, which, by the way, we're meeting Thursday, Lowe's Hotel at the National. All right, let's take a look at some of my PC cards. All right, so I wanted to show you guys some of the Black Sabbath cards that I have in my personal collection. So we'll do that, and then we'll talk about some of these other ones that are available. So this one is, I believe, right now, the earliest Black Sabbath card. So these Hischler were released in like 1969, 1970, and they're actually gum wrappers. So I have 6 of the 100 in the set. And actually, what I will say, if anyone has any of these Hischler music gum wrappers, hit me up. There's actually a lot that I need still. I have a pretty big bounty on a few bands in there. These are like impossible to find in good shape. I want to say this is the nicest Black Sabbath out there, but who knows? Again, you can't just, like, they're impossible to find. Sides are ripped off and things like that. So I paid up for this a couple years ago. I want to say like $300 or $400. You just don't see these that often. Now, I did attempt to get this graded, and yeah, CGC would not grade these back in the day. Still keep a lot of the cards that don't get graded in the original capsules like that. You can see what the backs look like on these as well. I might try to get this set resubbed again. I actually got documentation from a German collector, like the original advertisements and where these could get pasted into. So I'm going to give it a shot again in the future. But essentially, you can imagine these right over here. There's a piece of gum here in the center. And yeah, so this is my favorite Black Sabbath card in my personal collection. It took forever to source it. We'll talk about the Vlinder here in a bit. I don't have that in my collection. There's actually 2 that sold this month, and I didn't attempt to get them, although I probably should have. But yeah, so that is the first one. Up next, from 1972 Panini. So there's 9/8, I want to say, in the pop report for these, and it's 1972 Cantanti. There's actually 2 backs. So this is the normal one over here. And if I flip this over, you can see the back right over here on this side of things. Now, there also is a little bit of a rarer back, the Bisvaldi or Bisvalida. I don't know how to actually pronounce it. Tougher to find than this back over here. I want to say I have one of these. I couldn't find it before this video. But yeah, so there's no 9s or 10s on this Sabbath for some reason. This is like wicked sharp, but obviously it is OC on that side of things. But I don't know what my Bisvalida is graded. It might be the only PSA one. I don't know. I have to look for it. But yeah, there is that one. This is what a lot of people will consider quote, quote, rookie card or whatever you want to say. But there's 2 earlier Black Sabbath cards, right? Hischler, super, super tough. Vlinder, and then you have this one. Cool. So up next, from 1973, some people want to say like this is the first solo Ozzy card. You can see a little reflection recording back over here. This guy like super impromptu video, so lighting's not the best. These 73 Paninis, like they're obviously oversized, but these things are really, really tough to find. And you can see over here, it says Geezer Butler, right? Bill Ward, Ozzy Osbourne. But then you have Tony Domi, like that. A little bit of air on this card, which wasn't uncommon for music cards, right? In the 80s, a lot of South American manufacturers made tons of errors. Like there's a card I have of James Hetfield that has Kirk James on it, or it's like reversed. I can't remember. So either way, there is that one. This one's a tougher one to find. I do have the 74 Panini also in my collection. I couldn't find it though for this video. The 74 is much easier to find. All right, so then what we have next. So I just grabbed a stack of cards from 1984, and I want to say they're all rock stamp. These are out of South America. I might have some others without the backs, but the reason why I'm showing you these are a lot of the South American sticker cards. Like the backs are fully removed. These aren't the prices I paid, by the way. I paid a lot more. So you'll see these without a back. Finding them with the back in general, huge premium on them. So I just wanted to show you a few like Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne ones that I have over here. So you can see like doing albums was really popular. So like Diary of a Madman and Blizzard of Oz. Like the earliest Metallica cards that I know of are just albums. I have one of Ride of the Lightning before they had band members on there, right? See there. And then what's really cool is sometimes in packs, you get a double sticker. So something like this, and I got to be really careful. This actually counted as 2 cards in the checklist. If I show you over here. Take a look in the full panel. So these are actually folded and inserted into the packs, just like that. Really cool. So let's jump back into the video and kind of talk about some of the other stuff that Ozzy has available. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys some of the other stuff that's out there. First, I didn't know about this card. I saw CGC post it yesterday, 2024 Star Picks Series 1. It looks like it's an on-card autograph as well. This is the 1 of 1, but I don't know like if there's other numbered ones on this side of things. So there is that. It's interesting, just the authentic grade with the auto. The classic autograph, right? 2002 Inkworks. This is such a popular card card shows, and it's a really nice one as well. But you can see autograph right over here, which always super sloppy autos, but it's Ozzy, so it's expected. In that Inkworks set also, I just want to show you on Trading Card Database, he does have a relic card. I probably could have just searched eBay for it too. Maybe it's on the other page. Go back to page 2. I want to say it's one of these pages. I must have missed it. But it does have a relic. So you could get either the autograph, which you can see right over there. Oh, here's the relic. So you can see Pieceworks like that. And it says a t-shirt that Ozzy has worn. Now, I don't know what the value is on that side of things, but that also exists. And just to show you some of the, if I go over here to Nonsports and just search Black Sabbath, just to show you some of the earlier stuff, right? This was the Vlinder that I was talking about. Actually, someone on Facebook has this full matchbook. I'm actually going to try to load that up here in a second just to show you guys that. But that's early 70s. Then you have the Cantantes, right? A few different variants there. That's the 74 I was talking about that I have. I paid like $10 for this copy. He also has a 1975 Panini, and you can see that the same as the Swedish Salmaskar, same picture on both those sides. This 75 is also huge. There's the 74, which is he have them right in the chair as well. Kind of throw it back to the beginning essentially. You have a few other Swedish Salmaskars, and then you have this big gap because Ozzy went to his solo career at that point. But when you go to Latin American, there's a lot of Ozzy cards on that side of things. Let me see if I can see if I can find that Vlinder Black Sabbath for you guys. But yeah, so you can see like Sabbath had that, right? And then Sabbath came back again, 97? So not sure on the design on this 94. I've seen these before. They're like the black bordered. I don't know if Ozzy's in there, but let me show you this Linder. So you can see over here on this side of things, full matchbook that someone has, which is really cool because you don't see that often on that side of things. And then, oh, I was going to show you guys the 1984 Ozzy. Going back over here, right? Obviously, Ozzy went solo in the 80s. So you have the 711 Ozzy Osbourne over here. You have this one that's a pretty cool design, right? With the Ozzy Osbourne logo. You have a few from 1985 AGI, a few other Panini cards that were produced around this era, right? And then you have Pro Set, which was a super junk wax era set for music. There's so many Pro Set cards out there. And then a Kerrang. So Kerrang made music cards in 93 and 94. Really awesome. I should say Kerrang Enemy. So both 2 decks that were produced in those 2 years. Well, it should be 1990. Yeah, 93 or 94, or is it 92, 93? I'm getting them mixed up right now. 1993 is for sure. I can't remember if it's a year after, a year before. There's also this full set I'm not too familiar with. A lot of other cards as well from other countries and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he has stuff from Australia or Eastern Europe, but the problem with a lot of that is documentation. You can't find it online, and that's why I've been working on an app where I'm going to try to have the most extensive non-sports database, especially for foreign issues and things like that. I'll give you guys more details probably in about a month or so. We're getting really close to launching it, but super excited once that's ready to go because a lot of effort has been made on that side of things, but hopefully to help out the non-sports community. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Kind of last minute on the Ozzy side of things, but unfortunately, he passed away. Never saw Sabbath, but I did see Ozzy back when he played at Welcome to Rockville. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your best Ozzy moment down below, your favorite card, and I'll see you in another video.